feel like it's stealing or they feel like whatever. But creativity can never be replaced as long as you put you in it. You know what I mean? Like a computer can never replace you. It can only enhance you. And that's my mindset. I think that I'll never forget when film went to digital, it never went back. Never. We're filming digitally right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's wild. I don't have to take my film to get developed unless it was some sort of art project. Right. But I think the same thing with AI. I think we can't really resist it. And what's wonderful about Metaphysic, I'm still friends with those guys. They just worked on Tom Hanks' latest movie. Wait till you see them de-age Tom. It's indistinguishable. You were like, how did they do this? It was like Tom at 20. This is crazy. It's never going anywhere. You can't resist it because look at what we can do. It actually opened up projects for Tom Hanks. It's opening up projects for people. They did the same thing with Harrison Ford. You know what I'm saying? So it's opening up the fact that, man, you de-age people. It allows them to give, performances that they wouldn't have been able to do. Totally. Until this technology comes out. So I am an early adopter. I embrace it. Hopefully my pecs will pop. Artificial intelligence. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean? And I just really hopeful for, and there's going to be a super creative that's going to take this to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? When I say they're going to Christopher Nolan this thing, and it's going to be like, that's why it was created. You know what I mean? We're all going to be like, we got it now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I remember everyone resists change.
Are you afraid of being copied or like people taking that or like there's a lot of like now musicians, their voices are being taken and creating songs. Like you're kind of like putting yourself there intentionally. Like, do you worry about that at all?
Not at all. First of all, I love like people have done remixes of Old Spice stuff. Yeah. They've done remixes of the performances, me dancing and White Chicks. They put all their own things on it. First of all, take it. I'm done. I'm good. Whatever you like and you want to do something with me, as long as it's not pornography, I'm good. That's the only limit. I'm like, hey man, as long as I got my clothes on, I'm good. You know what I mean? I think that, as long as I'm alive, one thing that's great about that Drake song that just came out, he said, I didn't do it. And instantly it was gone. You gotta get the endorsement.
Got it.
Once you get the endorsement, the person that's around say, yep, that's me. And there's ways to digitally know who's approving what. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like, it's just like your DNA code. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the next future where people will be able to really say, okay, I put my code in, it's lined up with my DNA. It's me. Yeah. And that's all official.
Wow.
I think it's great.
The cosign is going to be even more important that you were involved.
Right. The cosign. It was just once Drake said, that ain't me. Yeah. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah. But if you said, you know what, I really like that, or like, I'm going to hop on it and remix it myself.
Then it's an advantage. Then you can use it and let somebody do something. You give it the okay. Wow. That's a cool way to work, man. You know what I mean? Like it's still your voice. Yeah. So why don't we work together?
It reminds me in the early days of YouTube, like people chopping up videos and ideas being more crowdsourced. But then somebody could take and be like, let's
think about it with the TikToks where people are sharing, like they split it in half.
Yeah.
And just watch you looking at another video. It works, man. It still goes viral. I mean, you're literally taking content from other people and remixing it.
How do you recreate the creative spirit, the performance, the spontaneity, the yes and with AI? Let's say 50 years from now, somebody is using a deep fake of Terry Crews on a set. How do you exactly think about, marrying technology and spontaneity?
First of all, we all study the past. When you look at comedians, they all study Richard Pryor so that they can improve on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I look at a guy, like there's an actor by the name of Woody Strode, who was back in Spartacus, big, giant, black actor who's a legend. But if he hadn't been here, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? He broke through way back in the days of Kirk Douglas and all this stuff. But I realized I am an iteration of several different people. And I think with AI, it's the same thing. What we'll be able to do is look over the years at different people and improve a performance by doing that. You know what I mean? By taking all of it and all of a sudden seeing what works and what didn't. Because that's really what this whole thing is all about. Is finding out what works. This is one thing I do love about like traditional broadcasts. Traditional broadcast has figured out a lot of they've done a lot of the hard work. Because they found what works. When you look at the sitcom format, when you look at the hour-long format, they start to really understand like this works here, this works there. Things you really can't reinvent. You know what I mean? Because they tried it and they put it out there. And when things sunk, they were like, oh my God. They kind of like, they done the Titanic for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're like, we're not going to sail through icebergs anymore. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about traditional broadcast.
And what's an example of that, Terry?
Well, you know, AGT. AGT is the Ed Sullivan Show. The thing that created television. It never changed. Think about it. Now it got glossier.
Right.
It got better. It got woo, woo, woo. But it's still, you take regular people, put them in front of, give them a dream, let them work on their dreams in front of the whole of America and now the world. It never gets old. These concepts never, ever change. And people want to see someone go from here to there. You know what I mean? It'll never, ever get old. And so when you look at that's what happened on Ed Sullivan, there were people who were discovered and people who went from here to there. And the same thing on AGT. It's such a wonderful thing because that's traditional broadcast, but they figured it out. You know what I'm saying? This is one reason why it's in season 18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. It's not,